Well, hey there, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lisa of EnergieGal Holistic Wellness. Thank you for meeting me here again today outside on this beautiful August afternoon. Oh my goodness, if I can be outside, I am, especially in Western New York where I live, that, winter's coming. Thank you for joining me. Today is part one of what I think is going to be at least two parts talking about why I have quit talk therapy. Now, you have to understand, I think that there is a time and a place for talk therapy. First of all, let me explain what is talk therapy for those of us who might not quite understand what that is. It's when you go and you speak with someone about the things that have happened to you that are upsetting to you. And then, eventually the goal is to feel better, to come to some kind of reasoning and understanding and to eventually heal. Okay, so that's what talk therapy is and what the goal is. Now, I have been to some therapists in my life for some things that that I have experienced that I wanted to get better, that I wanted to feel better, and I found it somewhat helpful, but there was a limit to the efficacy of it. There was a limit to the healing power of it. So, oh my gosh, I could go on forever about this. I'm going to stick to my points that I wrote here. And like I said, there'll be a part two. And then I want to introduce you to one of my other sound bowls because I'm dotting I's and crossing T's. And then I will be a licensed sound therapist. And I'm super, super jazzed about that. So, why I quit talk therapy. Here are 4 reasons that I'm going to unpack for you today. Number 1, every time you recall and tell the story, that story changes just a little bit. This was kind of a kick in the face to me because I spent many years unpacking my story, either to myself, to my husband, to siblings, to friends, only to understand that it's quite possible that every time you tell the story, it changes just the littlest bit. And you think, well, one change here or there. Yeah, but 27 years later, you've got quite a different story going on. I know that so many of us may not be happy to hear that, but that's what the research is proving. Number 2, every time you recall and tell the story, you re-experience it. And then you further dig the trench of the story, the memory, and the trauma, all the emotions connected that reside in your space, in your body, in your mind, in your emotions. You redig that trench again and again and again. See, the thing is, the brain only understands now. The brain, the body, the emotion that doesn't understand, well, this is something I'm talking about that happened yesterday, the day before, 7 years ago, 72 years ago. The brain, your countenance only understands now. So when you unpack the story, your being thinks, oh, we're experiencing this now. And it digs the trench all over again. The exact opposite of what you're trying to do. Number 3, this is a big one for me. See if you can relate. If you are a sensitive, this is someone who's got a very open energetic field. Oh, hello, Leaf. A very open energetic field. You're very heart conscious. You're very sensitive to sights, smells, emotions, the feeling of clothes, anything that would make you be someone who would be considered highly sensitive. Ooh, we've got a tractor going by, so I'll just stay here and listen to the tractor. Oh, it's Charlie. Hey, Charlie. If you are someone who would consider yourself to be someone who is sensitive like that, okay, you may be feeling a particular emotion, sadness, grief, frustration, anger, bitterness. You may be feeling this, and it's not yours. So what you're doing is you're trying to find a reason why you're feeling that way. You've got to come up with a story. So you dig down into the recesses, you dig down into the library, the Rolodex of all the things that have ever happened to me, and you try to say, well, I think it might be that. And you create more narrative, more story around that, and your body experiences it if it's just happening right now. It was never yours to begin with. It was the next door neighbor. It was your best friend. It was the person behind you at Walmart. Okay? So be aware of that. That was a big learning lesson for me. And number 4, just talking about the trauma does not heal you. Not even re-narrating the story to give it purpose, to give it meaning, heals you. Not even feeling your feelings around the whole story and situation heals you. So what heals you? Transmuting the energies around the trauma. Changing, alchemizing the grief, sadness, anger, bitterness, frustration, the shame, and the guilt. All of these fears, it's all fear coming out in different manifestations. All these fears alchemized into peace. That is what heals you. Transmutation, alchemy. First of all, what are those and how do you go about doing it? Well, that's why we have a part 2 tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to talk about what is transmutation, what is alchemy, because there is something very specific that just about a week ago I felt like God, source of love, spirit, downloaded to me and said, this is the ingredient that is required for alchemy to happen. It is not enough to talk about your issues. It's not enough to reframe your issues for a meaning and a purpose. It is not enough to feel your feelings around the situation to heal. You need to transmute the energies. You need to alchemize them. But how? Tomorrow we'll talk. All right, let me share with you one of my bowls. Now this one is another auditory one. This is another one that the vibration stays to the edges so that you can hear it. The vibration down into the body doesn't occur as much. This particular bowl I use at the very beginning and at the very end of a vibrational sound therapy treatment. Listen to this. Each bowl was hand-picked by each practitioner. There were so many to choose from. And you really build a relationship with each of the bowls because they resonate with you. They resonate within you. Beautiful sound. Tomorrow you'll understand why I'm so jazzed about vibrational sound therapy as a healing modality for the trauma that we've experienced, for the experiences that we've had that have created a trauma. Beautiful bowls. This one was hand, what do they call it? Hand pounded by 4 individuals who were at each corner, and they each would have a mallet and pound the bronze with 6 other minor metals into a specific shape with a specific intention. It's almost like these are magical to me. I love them. And I can't wait to be providing vibrational sound therapy to my clients. Okay, my friends, this was a fantastic chit chat. Can't wait to unpack a little bit of part 2 as we journey together. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. If you're interested in any services I offer as vibrational sound therapist, life coach, holistic wellness practitioner, please check the links below because I will add them. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here. And I was just watching today, one of my very favorite shows to watch is called Extreme Makeover. And it's this dude named Chris Powell, and he walks beside someone for a whole year to help them transform their body. And some of the stuff I'm like, oh, that's a little extreme. But one of the things that he says is, I choose you. And today I thought, I want to make sure that I tell my YouTube listeners, especially if you've gotten to the very end of this, thank you for choosing me, and I choose you too. Take care, everybody.